Hello, my name is Francis Park with Indian Health Service, and I'm here today to provide some information regarding the Navajo Water Access Mission's Safe Water Storage Program. For those of you who may not be familiar, the Navajo Nation, in collaboration with the Indian Health Service, has been increasing access to safe drinking water for residents of homes without piped water. This consists of providing free water and water storage containers to keep water safe for human consumption in the home. The training is intended to provide you with key information to share with residents when you begin handing out the 5-gallon water containers. The water from the watering point is considered safe and is regulated by the Navajo Nation Environmental Protection Agency. Because these sites are monitored by the Navajo Nation's EPA, we want residents to only collect their water used for drinking, cooking, and hand washing from these locations. Drinking water from unsafe sources can increase the risk of a waterborne illness that can result in such injuries such as diarrhea or hospitalizations. This is additionally important in regards to COVID-19, as Navajo Nation was one of the hardest hit areas in the country. It is our hope that access to clean drinking and hand washing water can aid in reducing the number of cases and deaths moving forward. The second point that we want to share with residents when they collect their water container is that only water should be stored in these containers. Storing other liquids or water used for livestock, etc., can result in contaminating the inside of the container and therefore should be avoided. Once the containers are brought home, they should be stored where it is not exposed to dust, dirt, pests, or other sources of contamination. Ideally, this would be indoors and off the floor in a protected area. We also want to make sure that children are not touching the nozzles or placing their hands into the containers, because even if the water is safe when we collect it from the water point, it can become unsafe if it's exposed to any of these conditions. As you can see from the flyer that you should be receiving, and let me pull it up. As you can see from the flyer that you would be receiving, the same messaging is covered on the front of this handout. We are hoping that chapter staff are able to provide a copy of this flyer to each resident as they collect their containers. So the messaging that we want to stress is listed under the benefits of safe water collection and storage. And we can see the first one here is drinking and cooking with treated water is a proven way to reduce diarrhea and other waterborne diseases for community members and their family. Obtaining drinking water from sources supplied by a public water system that is regulated by the Navajo Nation Environmental Protection Agency helps ensure that the water is safe, and ensuring that drinking water is properly stored in your home will help protect your family's health by reducing contamination that can lead to stomach illnesses. So if the individuals have any information regarding the program, it can be provided here on the flyer. You can also see a website here and a phone number that residents can go visit or contact if they have specific questions. The website is www.navajosafewater.org. This website is being developed by IHS as part of the Water Access Mission, and it's going to provide a lot of valuable information and resources both for chapter staff and residents. One of the main things that we are hoping to have, we are hoping to provide to residents is if they go to the website and they click on their chapter, it'll provide a photo and location of where they can access their own watering points. Below that, you'll see the Navajo Nation's COVID-19 resources website as well. And this is the one that's managed by Navajo Nation, and it'll be consistently updated with new information in regards to COVID-19. On the back of this flyer, it goes over the instructions for how individuals should be cleaning their containers. We want to make sure that individuals are taught to clean the containers through these instructions, because if they are not following these instructions, the chances of them contaminating the container can go up, which is what we want to avoid as well. So looking at the instructions here on the screen, we can see that the first step is to wash and rinse the inside of the container. Once the container is empty, we want to get a separate solution, which is made up of bleach and water. In order to make this solution, we are advising residents mix 4 teaspoons of unscented liquid household bleach into 1 gallon of water. We want to make sure that the bleach is unscented, and the concentration for this recipe should be about 5 to 6% sodium hypochlorite. It'll tell you on the label of the bleach container whether it's unscented, and it'll also have the percentage on the bottom left. So once we have our gallon of water, we want to add the 4 teaspoons of unscented liquid bleach. With this solution, we want residents to pour in a small amount into these containers. You don't have to use the entire 1 gallon solution of the bleach and water, but you want to make sure that they're adding enough water so when they shake the container, it's able to wet all the surfaces inside. Once they shake the container, we want them to let the solution sit for 30 seconds. The reason 30 seconds is important is it'll allow the bleach to actually have enough time to kill off any harmful organisms or bacteria that may be inside the container. After 30 seconds has passed, take off the lid and pour out the solution and let the container air dry. Once it's dry, it'll be safe to reuse and go collect additional water from. If you get any questions regarding the nozzle, the cleaning process is going to be the same. You take off the nozzle and place it into a bleach and water solution at the correct recipe and let it sit in there for 30 seconds. After 30 seconds has passed, take out the nozzle, let it air dry, and it'll be ready for use once again. So I believe that is the main messaging that we're hoping your staff can share with the community members when they come to collect their containers. And our last request would be, we really hope that your staff are able to share this message and share it accurately and consistently, because ultimately the water is safe and it should provide some much needed benefits to the community, but there is a danger of the water becoming unsafe if it's not stored and used properly. If you have any questions, please feel free to refer to the website or call the number that's on the flyer, and we would be happy to help you from there. Thank you very much.